Good day, traders. My name is Coach Daniel from FX Insight, and welcome back to another segment on news trading. For today, we have two high-impact news coming in for the Canadian dollar. So it will come out at 8:30 p.m. PH time. So there will be volatility for Canadian dollar. So that would be the core retail sales and retail sales month on month. So let's dive into the charts and see how the market reacted based on the historical data.
So we're going to be looking at some high impact news for today. So it's going to come out at 8:30 p.m. July 19 Friday. So this will be affecting the movement of the Canadian dollar. So there is core retail sales month on month and the retail sales month on month. So you can see here the forecast as well. So let's look at the historical data and how it reacted. So this is June 21. We're looking at the CAD JPY on the 30-minute time frame. So the initial movement is 7.3 pips, downward move. So it's on this bar right here, and then an upward move of around 46.7 pips going there. So this is the bar when it came out. So you could see here that the actual is higher compared to the previous right there. We're going to take note of that. Next is the May 24 high impact news. So this one, an initial bar up of 1.4. So this is from the opening roughly to the closing. So not considering here, might be because it pushed down, and then when news came out, it pushed up. So we measured here is from the open to the close for now, and then basically it just moved even further than that by around 44.9 pips. So the previous here is negative right there. Yeah, so this one went lower. So later on we're going to discuss what happened here on May 24. April 24, we have this bar right here. So it's a movement down of 29.9 pips on the initial bar. It actually went lower than that before it reversed a little bit. So previous did go down to the actual as well. Same for the retail sales. So mostly we're going to be looking at the core retail sales. So core is excluding the automotive retail sales. Next up we have March 22. March 22 is this bar right here. So it actually created like a downward move here. But the initial reaction is actually to go up. So from this point up to this high point here is 11.2 pips, and then movement downwards is around 30.8 pips. So yeah, the actual is actually lower than the previous, especially for the retail sales. It is a big jump going down, so didn't follow the forecast here as well. Lastly, we're gonna look at Feb 22. So there was indecision on the initial bar. So as you can see here, it's like a doji candle right about here. So this red bar here is the initial bar. So after this bar, it did create a higher high and higher low. So as you could see right about here, so this is actually that bar. So as you can see, it moved like this and then created higher highs and higher lows. So it actually created an upward trend based on the 30-minute time frame. So previous here, the actual is actually higher than the previous. Same for the CAD retail sales as well. So let's look at the summary here. So a downward move of 7.3 pips, then an upward move of 46.7. This one is the questionable one. It did go up compared to the others. So the action for the May 24 is different from all others, and then the rest are following what we're analyzing here today. If the actual is greater than the previous, it's usually bullish for the CAD, and if the actual is less than the previous, it's usually bearish for the CAD. So we could see it right here as well. So you could see even on the April 24. So the April 24 is a bit of a deviation here. So the previous is right there, and it went on a negative 0.3. This one went, let's see here, this is actually higher, so negative 0.3, it went to 0.1, but the reaction that it followed is actually this one right here. So it was bearish, so it's mostly following the core retail sales in terms of initial reaction. So aside from that, May 24 here as well, this one there might have been something that happened on that day, we're not too sure, but the action of the market was completely opposite to what we expected. It became bullish for May 24, even though the actual is lower than the previous. So it should have been bearish. Even here as well. So this one went lower, but it wasn't bearish at all. It actually moved by 1.4 pips on the initial, and then it went up by 44.9. So a lot of those things could happen. This is just forecasting what the market is gonna react to once the actual comes out. So it's not always going to be like that. There are external factors that could move the prices of the market. So just take note of that. So at least for the basis of how we're going to enter into the market, this is the analysis that we're going to use, at least for me. So right now the forecast is for the actual to be actually be lower than the previous right there, and it's actually a pretty big jump. So there might be a lot of movement for the CAD later tonight, mainly because of the big jump here if the forecast is correct. So just take note, forecast as well is not always accurate, as you can see here. So 0.5, it became 1.8, so there's a bit of distance from the forecast. So just take note, if you are going to be placing your trade before the actual comes out, it is pretty high risk, but high risk, high reward. If your position is right, you could capture more pips. If you go for a bit of a safer placement of trade, you could wait for the actual and ride the momentum of the market. So that's a bit of a safer way to place your trade. So that's pretty much it for the core retail sales and retail sales month on month. Good luck on your trades, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much.